What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another tune from a J-drama soundtrack, and we're going back to the soundtrack for Ando Lloyd. I did react to one tune from this score now, probably like 2 or more years ago, but yeah, it's a show from 2013, I think, certainly the early to mid 2010s, and it blends science fiction, romance, action, emotional drama. It is all those things. Again, I've talked about it before. A lot of J-drama series, you can't really pin them down with just one genre name. They often have flavors of different genres of television entertainment, and this is a great example. I'd say it is as much sci-fi as anything else, and yet it is also very human at the same time, which maybe you can get a sense of on the cover here. Nevertheless, the soundtrack is composed by Kanno Yugo, who also did the excellent soundtrack from Mozu, a show I think from 2012, right around the same time, which remains one of my all-time favorites. I haven't done watch-alongs for either of these shows over on my Patreon, but at some point we will go through both of them. I would guess maybe Mozu before Ando Lloyd. Nevertheless, it is a fantastic show with a number of really cool actors and actresses, and the soundtrack is very compelling and very fitting to the energetic sci-fi yet also emotional flavor of the narrative. We're going to listen to a tune which, like in Japanese, I think is like Zenkoku na Shinjitsu, which roughly means the cruel truth. And yeah, this show has a lot of twists and turns and people who you think may be one way and turn out to be another way. So yeah, there are revelations which are perhaps cruel for one or more of the main characters. But yes, without spoiling anything, because again, we will go through it at some point on my Patreon for a full watch-along, I'll just say that the main character, the like central character, which is this actress, I forget her character name in the moment, but yeah, she learned some unfortunate and cruel truths along the course of this very compelling drama, so perhaps it is related to those revelations specifically. In any case, the track itself, it's got drama, it's got scope, there's a sense of suspense, so again, it's very much right what it's trying to be in terms of providing a sonic atmosphere for the storyline of the show. Let's give it a listen. This is Kanno Yugo and his soundtrack for Ando Lloyd. The track means the cruel truth. Again, it's something like Zenkoku na Shinjitsu, and it's from the soundtrack to Ando Lloyd. What tune? That makes me want to watch the show right away. I forgot to mention the subtitle of the show is AI Knows Love? Question mark. And yes, that question becomes more and more pertinent and yet complicated as the show goes along. And again, I won't say more than that. But yes, AI is involved. And the idea or the question of whether an AI can know any form of what we call human emotion is an ongoing theme throughout the show. In any case, yeah, I love the blend there of both electronic sounds, especially that pulsing synth bass line, with more natural instrument sounds. There's like a contrabass, a violin, as well as the blending of like rhythmic, sequenced melodic or bass sounds with more kind of incidental, let's say, atmospheric soundtrack or score type moments. So yeah, it blends the electronic and the natural instrument, it blends the rhythmic and melodic with the incidental. So yeah, I think it's very well balanced and composed. Again, shout out to Kanno Yugo. This soundtrack, Mozu, he's done other things, but ultimately, if he had only done the soundtracks to those two shows, I would already call him a genius. So shout out to him. In any case, let me know what you think. And as I said, somewhere down the road, we will go through this and probably Mozu before that. Although once I finish Crisis, which is the J-drama I'm currently doing a watch along for, we'll be on to Nobunaga Concerto, which I'm very excited about. And once we get there, I think I'm going to jump back to that soundtrack. I think I've only reacted to maybe 2 tracks from that soundtrack, but there's like 25 or 26 on the soundtrack CD, so yeah, we'll start dipping into that one a bit. In any case, let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.